Hey guys, welcome to Fearless Gray Live. How are you? Dancing in the sauna. No, okay, I wasn't actually dancing in the sauna, but it's part of the moral of my story today. Or maybe not the moral of the story, but whatever it is. So, I read this article a long time ago about one of the things that's really good for our brain as we age is to talk to people that we don't know. And I think for a couple of reasons, probably it gets you out of your house. It gets you engaging. You're having conversations with people. So have been trying to do better about having conversations with people that I don't know. And if you guys know me, it's really not that hard for me. But if it's hard for you, start with the simple stuff. So yesterday I was in the sauna, and this woman came in, and she had this really beautiful hair. And at first I didn't say anything because I was reading my book. And then I just like, and you don't want to be creepy in the sauna, like, hey, I got really beautiful hair. But she's just kind of sitting there chilling. I'm like, you have such pretty hair. She's like, thank you. And it was funny because there was kind of like a pause for a minute. And then she goes, like, I always have stuff running around in my head. And it was like, kind of seemed like a random, like, conversation, like, pickup. And I'm like, yeah, I totally get that. I said, yeah, I call it like hamster head, kind of like you're just like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this and this and this. She goes, yeah. She goes, I try to come into the sauna and like think it's gonna be a place where I'm gonna decompress. I try to get my 20 minutes in. She said, but I can't stop it. I just keep thinking about this and that and this and that. And then we got into a pretty long discussion about like, yeah, I feel really the same. That you just one thing after another, I need to do this. And I told her like at one point at the beginning of the summer, like I really thought that I forgot how to like relax, because I went up to my cottage and I'm like everything running around in a little hamster head. I'm like, I don't know how to cottage anymore. And I told her, what I learned is that and she goes, well, what did you do? Like, I just kept doing it over and over, kept going. And then by the end of summer, I realized, like, wait, I learned how to relax again. And so we kind of talked about different ways, like we stop our hamster head, like going outside or reading or exercising is what we said. And that kind of turned into, I used to be so fit. Like when I was in my 20s and 30s or early 30s, I worked out and it was really one of the things. And I said, oh, that's like, I feel that same way. It's so interesting because this random woman that we talked about in the sauna, I'm like, I feel the same way. And I said, problem for me, and I know everyone is like that. This is just like one of my problems with, I have too much running around, is I don't prioritize like my fitness, which we've talked about here before. And I'm just bringing it up because she brought it up. She's like, and now, she goes like, I'm 50 pounds overweight where I want to be. And she goes, I think they're all tied together. And I said, I think so too. And so then we started talking more about, like why we feel like we need to be fit. Not even just because of all the reasons about it. It's important. It's important for when we're older. Just like it means being fit to me and to her, at least seemed like we were taking time for ourselves. And we were kind of like resting our hamster head. Like, I don't need to do this for everyone else. I need to do this for me. And then I said, I have this theory. This is how the conversation went. And this is why it's really great to have these random conversations because you don't know where it's going to go. I said, I have this theory that there's not enough dancing in our life when we're in our 50s. And she looks at me, she goes, I agree. I was talking about this with my husband. She goes, I even took a dance class. And he came with me for a while and then he didn't come. And then I just stopped going. Like, I want to take dance classes because my friend Jane put up an article last week about how dancing is so good for your brain but for your balance. Like dancing, and if you think about it, so exercise is good for your brain and cardio and that, but balance is even better because it's like, you're working on your balance when you're dancing, especially. Anyways, I said, I kind of want to take a dance class. And she's like, I know, I do too. So I'm like, all right, well, let's do this together. She's like, okay. So I gave her my name and my number. And I don't know if she'll call or not. But even if she doesn't, like I'm going to start dancing more two ways. One is kind of TikTok. We'll talk about that more. And we had this like flamingos group in the area where we would get together and do stuff. And we haven't done anything for a while. I'm like, what? We should start dancing. I'm going to put it out there. We'll see if anybody else wants to. Because I think, because then we talked about how like dancing is so much more than physical activity too. It kind of brings joy. So it brings joy. It brings fitness. It helps us to feel good about ourselves. Because the last thing we kind of segued in, and she's like, I don't like to do these kind of things though, because I'm always the fattest person in the room. And And I said, yeah, well, I sort of get that just because, like, I'm 20 to 30 pounds heavier than I used to be. And even now, like, to go to work out, and it's like, ugh, or like what clothes I want to wear. And she goes, so it really stops me because I feel like, oh, this is what she said. She's like, oh, here's the fat girl. She's going to try to dance. And I said, well, like, if we start this dancing, like, it'll encourage others. So 2 morals of the story today. 1, have conversations and leave space for those conversations to go wherever they're going to go. Like, I went from, like, beautiful hair to hamster head to more dancing. We'll see if she texts me. You'll find out. And so you just have to leave space to have these conversations with people, even if they're in the sauna. It's kind of funny because the sauna feels a little bit like a private space, but I could just tell that she was open to it. And so leave space for conversations. And if you're not sure if someone seems approachable or whatever, just give them a nice compliment or just say, have a great day. But start conversations because the person you're talking to might need it and you might not know where it goes. Step 2 is more dancing. There's more dancing coming our ways. I hope you guys are on board. And when Jane put in that article, it really solidified, dancing is just not about having fun or not even just about fitness, but it's about like working on our balance. And, I really think how important it is to work on our balance as we get older because it's one of the things that'll change our health. So more dancing. Talk to people, more dancing. If you want, dance in the sauna, which I did not do. Flock on and have a great day.